Hi guys, it's Dana from RescueDogTreats.com, and I'm here to give you a square foot summer update. And I have a few projects that I want to complete in the garden too. So first, the tomato plants are getting so big that I need to put the extensions on the Texas tomato cages. The second thing is in the tomato patch, I have one empty space. So I have a little cherry tomato that I want to transplant. And the third project for today is to put some worm castings around my pole beans because I'm not sure they're yellow because of the sun or because of lack of nutrients. So I just want to take care of the nutrient factor and see. And I put up a shade cloth to take care of the sun because today here in Northern California Valley it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be 109 or 110, and tomorrow 111 or 12. Crazy. And the other thing that we're dealing with here is humidity, which actually is a good thing for the plants because that means you don't have to water them as much as if there was low humidity. Now, for people, we're not really used to the humidity, but it's quite trying. So anyway, let's get the projects going and then I'll give you a tour of the plants and how they're doing. So as you could see, the tomatoes are getting taller. Still haven't had a tomato yet. Lots of flowers, but not any tomatoes. So gonna put the extensions on the Texas tomato cages. The empty spot in the tomato patch, and I have a cherry tomato that I think would thrive here once I got it in the ground. So I'm going to transplant that today and see how it does. There we go, one transplanted cherry tomato. Well, as you can see, my pole beans are quite yellow and struggling. So I have the shade cloth here for the afternoon sun, and I'm going to water them because I think this raised bed, since it's higher up, it dries out more quickly than the square foot garden closer to the ground. So I have bags of worm castings that I use for worm compost tea, and I let them kind of dry out a little bit. They're not completely dry, they're pretty moist, so I'm going to just spread these around the plants for some extra nutrients and then water them in. Okay, garden projects are all completed, so let's go on a square foot garden tour. The butternut squash and the spaghetti squash have completely grown outside of the square foot garden, and they were put in the middle. So, a lesson I've learned about square foot gardening: don't put squash plants in the middle because they are overtaking the soybean plants. Poor little soybean plants. There they are right there, all hidden. But they seem to still be doing okay. And the squash also overtook the spinach, which was bolting anyway. so that's fine. The pepper plants are doing great. Nice bushy tops. This one branched out. This one is getting shaded, so this pepper plant is not doing so well. The spaghetti squash plant is kind of, and the other pepper plant have kind of shaded it out. The chard is getting taken over by the squash too. And this pepper plant's doing alright. But I gotta watch it because this squash is just crazy, so make sure it doesn't touch the peppers. Okay. The bush beans have a couple flowers on them. Gotta hit them with some compost tea tomorrow. The tomato plants are doing great. The Ultomato cages seem to be working just fine. And this guy is a cherry tomato. And what's interesting here is the wind kind of blew that over one day. So I just kind of let it go. And what ended up happening is it just started growing upward, and it just sort of went with its bend. So I'm just gonna let it keep going, see what happens. It seems pretty healthy and happy. There's the pumpkin, doing fine. And we got 4 watermelon plants here, crimson sweet watermelons. This little guy, this is a Sierra Gold melon. Just never really took off. And these are the Sugar Baby watermelon plants that Frugal Gardener actually sent some seeds to me for free. I put 4 in this Grow'ems box and only 2 have come up. But 2 was definitely better than 0. Got pepper plant here, looking pretty good. Corn. Corn's getting some tassels. This little pepper plant's chugging along. Chives, not doing so well. These are flowers for beneficial insects. Another pepper plant's doing great. Carrot tops are looking good. The chard plant, I've actually done 1 harvest already, so I'm looking to do another harvest. Try to keep it going as long as possible before it decides it's too hot. There's another beneficial insect plant. Carrots doing great. And here's one of those beneficial insect plants. Really, really pretty plant. Got really tall. It's gorgeous. Another pepper plant's doing okay. The fennel is looking good. And we have some more fennel over here. And the eggplant is doing great. This one and this one. And even the little one is starting to come around. Spinach, bolted. I'm going to try to get as many leaves off of there as I can and probably just pull that up. And then harvest those radishes. I'm not sure if they're any good anymore. They might have gotten kind of hard from being in the ground too long. Your square foot garden update. I hope to see you in the next video, and have a great day, and hope your garden is doing well with all this bizarre weather. Take care. See you soon.